Hello. This session will be focused on mobilizing your knees. That means being able to bend like this, a flexion, or extending your knees in different poses. So let's begin. For this session, we will need the knee pad and your block. The block, you might not need it, but just in case, you can have it close. And we begin in a 4-point pose. Spread your fingers and then curl your toes on the mat and shift back and feel your toes and the soles of your feet opening, stretching. Come forward and rest your feet on the ground. Curl your spine into an angry cat, shift back. Wait. Every time we shift back, stay with your spine as rounded as you can and breathe between 2 or 3 cycles of breath. Come out of the pose and shift a little bit forward. Now, curl your toes and sit on your heels, goddess pose. Try to relax your shoulders, drop them. You can have your hands on top of your thighs or on the side. Shift a little bit more back. Breathe, one more. Four-point pose. Relax your toes on the mat. Again, angry cat, round. Shift back, pause, and breathe. And then come out of the pose. Okay, now the knee pad. On your left knee, right foot between your hands. This is called 90-90 kneeling pose. Hands like spiders. Shift back, shift forwards. Do it slowly first and don't force the movement. If 10 is the maximum effort, see if you can stay in effort number 4 or 3. Depends on you. But just make sure you don't go to the fullest range because we're starting and because it has the opposite effect. When you're trying to stretch your hamstrings or your knees and you force them, they won't. They will come back. Center the spine, roll up. Because it's the left knee, the one that is on the floor. Lift your left arm, side bend. Continue the movement. I will do it facing the camera, so you have another view. The other arm is just melted. Now float the right arm up. Slowly lower the arm. Then to the spine. And now raise your arms and arch your spine. This is also called back extension. Shift your pelvis forward as much as you can. And then send to the spine, lower your arms. One more. We are stretching the hip flexors. Another way to call them, your quads. Now, with your left hand, grab your left foot. Once you have it, see if you can have a nice, long, neutral spine. And this might make you wobble, and that's fine because that's also very good for the balance in your foot. Maybe if you can, if not today, in another day, but keep training this, grab your foot with both hands. If having both hands in the back is way too hard, really, it's okay if you just have one. And feel the pelvis, do a little bit of pelvic tilt and feel the length. This is actually not just lengthening, it's also strengthening because of the pose. Your hip flexors, the front of your knee. Let go. Raise your arms and do the back extension again. And then shift your pelvis back, lower your hands like spider hands, shift back with your pelvis, shift forwards. And maybe you can go a little bit further. Feel your spine, feel your feet. The block, you can use it in front of you. That way the floor is not as far. It's just an option. If you don't need it, really, it's fine. You can just use your hands. And now curl the back toes, lift the knee, the left knee. Lizard pose, both hands inside. Open your right knee, your right foot, and then lower your elbows. Wait for a few seconds, look forwards. Now we're stretching another angle of your hips and thighs. Bring your hands and then bring the back foot forwards, both feet parallel, and drop. Wrap your calves or behind your knees with your forearms. Drop your hands on the floor. Inverted V. Send both legs far back. With your knees bent, drop your head, feel your shoulders. And then walk with your knees. You're not really walking because your feet, they don't move, just the knees. You bend one, stretch the other one. And that's it. Extend both knees. Lower your knees onto the mat. 4-point pose. And now the wave. Arch the spine, shift back. Curl, shift forward. Close your eyes and move like this 2 more times. And that's it. Now, knee pad on your right knee. Left foot in front, 90-90. Hands, spider hands. Shift forwards, shift back. Shift forwards. Remember, don't go to your number 10 of effort. That's it. Center the spine, roll up. Right arm up, side bend, float the other arm. And lift. Lower the arm slowly. And center the spine. Back extension. Shift your pelvis slightly forward and arch the spine. It's also called back extension. Center the spine. One more. I will do it facing the camera so you have another view. And lower your arms. Now, with your right hand, grab the right foot. If you can, both hands grabbing the foot. Align your spine. We are stretching. The correct word is lengthening and strengthening. Two things happened here. You strengthen and you lengthen your hip flexors all the way down to your knees. That's it. Let go. And then we do again one more back extension. And shift forwards with your hands, spider hands. And we repeat, shifting the pelvis forwards, bending the knee, and shifting the pelvis back, extending the knee as far as you can. One more. And now, centered. Curl the back toes, lift the knee, both hands inside. Open the left knee, the left foot. Lower your elbows. Lizard pose. And try to lengthen the spine, avoiding this. The spine rounded. Instead, you sort of lift your chest. That's it. Hands on the mat. Lower the knee and then inverted V. Walk with your feet forwards. Wrap your calves with your forearms. Drop your arms and roll up. Okay, now facing the front, we will still use the knee pad. Kneeling pose. Put the knee pad on your left knee and then circle your left leg. Place your foot on the ground, your feet facing forward. Open your arms. The wave. Arch the spine, shift back. Curl, shift forward. Now this is for another angle of your hip. And hips and knees, or pelvis and knees, they go together. So in a way, you're stretching your pelvis, but your knee will benefit from it. This is the last. Centered the spine. And now walk with your hands, both hands, on top of your left foot, your right foot, sorry. Both hands. That's it. Let go. And we go to the other side. Knee pad on your right knee. Left leg extended on the side, foot on the ground, arms wide, the wave. Walk with your hands. Stay with both hands on top of your left foot. Breathe. That's it. Let go. And then come back into 4-point pose in front of your mat. Curl your toes, sit on your heels, and drop the weight. We are bending the knees to the fullest. In the next sequence, we're going to try to extend the knees to the fullest. Okay, relax your toes. And now lie down with your block as a pillow. Keep your legs together, heels together, knees together, arms up. And first, we begin with a roll up. Curl your pelvis. Roll into a crunch. Reach forward and try to go further or reaching. I don't know, it depends. You can reach and touch your feet or a little bit further. Roll back down. Two more. One more. And relax your back on the floor. And now, both legs up in 90-degree angle. You can begin with one or both at the same time, whichever. It depends on you. If you can fully extend your knees, that's really good. But it depends. If it's way too hard, then it's better if you keep a little flexion. You can have your hands on top of your belly, on the side. Just make sure you try to relax your shoulders. Keep your legs up. And then bend the knees, hug them from behind your knees, and roll side to side. Once again, just a few seconds, keep your legs up. And that's it. Bend, hug your legs from behind your knees, roll side to side. For the last exercise, maybe the hardest to lengthen your hamstrings. It's called the triangle pose, dynamic triangle pose. Roll in onto one side, inverted V. Right foot forward into a medium step. Spider hands, bend the front knee in a bouncing manner. Bend the back knee in a bouncing manner. Think about a basketball, an elastic band, and try to move that way. You know, our cells, the fascia it's more like rubber bands or like elastic. In order to keep that quality in us, we need to bounce. One more. Double bounce, both feet forward. And then the right foot back. So we do now with the left foot in front. Bend the front knee. the back knee. Remember, the back heel stays lifted. And then come forward, both feet even. Wrap your calves. Drop your weight. Drop your arms and roll up. We finish for today a small sequence to mobilize your knees. See you soon.